G'day collectors, Sci-Fi back again with another action custom figure review, and this one is this has got to be one of the strangest characters in the Star Wars universe and one of the coolest ones that Hasbro will never ever make. I'm pretty certain of it. If you don't know who this is, I'll tell you. It's this thing's called Addiss. Yes, a very blink and miss character in Jabba the Hutt's palace. One of the, as they now call these figures, these sort of blink and miss characters are glup shitto. Yeah, right. Okay. Yep, that's what it is. And so it's all 3D printed. I glued it together and painted it myself, and it's a strange bloody thing. But let's talk about the guys who made it. And this is them. This is Stuff _SL. They're from Sri Lanka. That's some of the other stuff they do. There we go. Or 3D stuff. Stufflick dioramas in Facebook. Or I've followed their Instagram channel. Don't do Facebook. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. I like that. I wouldn't mind getting one of those patrol bikes. Well, I've got one, but there we go. There's more stuff. And I tell you what, it came to me very quickly, very cheaply. Also it came with another card, Mint Cave, and it has a QR code there. Don't read it, please. No, you can read it, but I don't want my camera to read it. Yeah, it's cool. I got to say, it's well made, well designed. The detail. I mean, the thing is, this is a creature that even the production crew didn't know what to do with it. This thing. They were going to put animatronic bits in the head to move around. Some of it broke down. It was only going to be one head, but one of the heads broke because it was going to be a scene where someone walked through and the heads were going to turn and all that shit. That didn't work, and so it just became a thing in the back, like really in the background, in the shadows. Yeah, it's on Jabbas. It's in Jabba's palace. I think the scene is when Lando Calrissian as a skiff guard disguise brings Leia before Jabba the Hutt. For a split second, you can see this thing. Anyways, yeah, so that's the plastic that it was. It's a strange model plastic. Dudes, the the joints, all the pins and the pegs and the ports, they did not match. It took me forever to glue these together. Really, yeah, and the joints, they show because they wouldn't get in or they wouldn't stay in, but I managed, even with the strongest glue, even gluing my friggin' fingers together. Yeah, that's the plastic that it came with. Yeah, that's the tail. That's the sort of plastic, sort of a semi-translucent, strange white, creamy plastic. I didn't put the tail in, and yeah, so I just, how can I say this? Yeah, I plugged up the tail port with blue tack, or in this case, in Sri Lanka, they use white tack, much like in the States they've got black tack and whatnot. So yeah, that's what Sri Lanka does. I didn't realise Sri Lankans and Indians and Nepalese and Bhutanese and Pakistan I know so many people from these countries at work. And if I mention the word Star Wars or whatever, Skywalker, Yoda, Darth Vader, they go, who? What? What the hell are you talking about? It wasn't a thing in those countries. It was never really released. It never was watched. That sort of zeitgeist or whatever, it didn't appear in these countries. But I'm so glad you guys are on board. And you're doing a friggin' good job. Although, yeah, just got to figure out with the plugins and whatnot. But, that's the way I painted it. That's the way it is. And I mean, yeah, I chose not to do the tail just because it was a pain in the ass to glue in and whatnot. But this is another thing. This figure, there's so many different variations. Pretty much all the same colour. like a yellowy green, and I did do 2 coats of a yellow-green type thing. I didn't paint underneath because you ain't going to see it. Yeah, variations of the head. In some cases, the actual original ones, the heads and the necks are roughly 6 feet tall and very long. But I've seen other models, like actual models, and they're like twice as tall. I've seen the body's another thing that was you never really saw it at all. So is it a quadruped? Is it a biped? Does it have a tail? Does it not have a tail? In one case I saw one, it was like a stingray body, like a very flat, winged sort of thing. It was just bizarre. So this is where you can have your own go at it, really. Yeah, so I did. I left it pretty much all the head and neck as I saw in the footage and pre-production shots from Return of the Jedi. Tried to make it up as good as I could. And little tiny blue eyes and strange freaking creature, you know. Looks like a ostrich / giraffe / God knows what. But yeah, that's the way it is. And thank you so much to the guys at, I forget their name again, was it Stuff _SL Sri Lanka? Yeah. I'm going to have to keep an eye on you guys because I'm probably still needing a few things. Alright, still carrying on here, and I love this thing. I'm so cool. I'm so glad to get this because I've never... Finally getting my Jabba the Hutt's palace dudes all together. I've got nearly all of them now, I think, minus 1 or 2 that are just, again, would have to be custom. But anyway, Kane Addiss. Where does that name come from? Well, you got to remember, pre-production, the model makers and creature designers, they had lots of creature designs. So get there, especially from Return of the Jedi, they did the same thing in A New Hope and all that. So you have prune face, you have yak face. This is what they were all called before they came out of the cinema. Tail head, yeah, which became a derogatory term for Twi'lek's tail head. Squid head, which was squid head for so many years until it became Tessic or whatever. 3 eyes. We all know now them as Rees. There's a few. There's only... Oh, you're going to stand. And, of course, big bad Elephant Man, who we all know is Effant Mon. Still the best figure that Hasbro has ever released. Change my mind. See, even the other ones fall down. So there we go. They're all falling down because this table's janky as shit. Alright. But anyway, it's going to be a good addition to my Jabba the Hutt's playset. These guys don't like this table very much. Let's get them all back to where they live and give this one a new home. Alrighty, and there we go. Kane Addiss, Kane Head. Yeah, so everyone's got had those names and now not. So yeah, that was what I was trying to get onto. Yeah, Elephant Man, Effant Mon and all that sort of stuff. So there we go. Sits in nicely in my Jabba's throne room. Looking good. What am I missing? Probably, I wouldn't mind getting, just getting a Jawa. Just getting a little Jawa with a palm frond that he sort of hovers over Jabba the Hutt, sort of aka keeping him cool. I'm pretty sure I can hit up some customizers with that. Yep, there's more other ones there. Other customizers. What else do I need in the way of Jabba's throne room? I don't know. There's a few little tinier creatures, much like Bubo. I think it was a rock wart. I don't know, the one that sort of eats something outside of his palace. And maybe 1 or 2 others. I don't know. I think a couple of humans dressed similar to this. Nazarbeck, Fozak. Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing if they come out, if Hasbro will do it, otherwise, whatever. So yeah, I'm definitely not finished. Definitely not finished with Jabba the Hutt's throne room and his gang. All very good. Yep, there are more to come. Probably in the next couple of weeks. We will see some more additions to my collection and some more reviews, of course. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by and sticking around for so long if you have. Alright, there we go. Sci-fi out. Ah, Bosca.